Rennie Good was a gifted soul, a writer and a poet and a mother, wow. She tried to hit an agent with her car, oh no. Pop, motherfucker, now she's gone. Yeah. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-head and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. You fuck around and find out it's what it is. Jeffrey Pretty was a Jewish homo. Started talking shit to protect a chomo. He was getting nicked when he pulled a gun. Bam, motherfucker, now you're gone. Being a fucking liberal is a mental disease. Blue-haired and fuckables with the septum ring. You are not a hero, you're a fucking disease. Fuck around and find out what that is. How can I feel free?
Yeah, baby.
Yep. The
Barn Party Drummers. Once again, every week, you never cease to amaze us,
They rock.
and we appreciate. Matter of fact, you Barn Party Drummers go nuts on Friday mornings when Donna's doing the morning show hit.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool to watch.
That's pretty cool.
And we would be remiss.
If we didn't say Dana, and again, Cowboy Logic Laser, it's Ron's company. He makes these. He makes a bunch of other stuff too. Some
Yes.
great, cool things.
Yep.
Wall hangings, anything you want engraved, Ron can do it. Cowboy Logic.
These are husband beaters.
Laser.com. Yes, that's
These are
true.
husband beaters.
This is true. This is
Yep.
very good.
See how that works?
Yep.
All right, let's rock and roll. We have got an entire hour with the magnificent Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
There he is.
Hey,
With a
nice,
cowboy hat.
nice lid.
I am wearing my beaver hat
That's
and
right.
my beaver goo just for you two.
We have a lot of beaver going on right now.
And the folks who listen to you on a regular basis know exactly what you do with beaver goo. And it's
That's right.
scary. You will never have, you'll always get, you're never going to use real vanilla again. That's all I can say. Look it up.
There you go.
That's right. Hey,
you go.
is there beaver goo in like vanilla ice cream that's real vanilla ice cream?
Probably.
Yes.
Oh, no. God. That's terrible.
All right, now listen.
All right.
We could spend the entire hour laughing and talking stupid stuff that's really not stupid, but it's
Nope.
funny. Or we can interject some humor throughout the next hour, which I think is what we probably ought to do, Jovan.
Yeah.
Because
I would hope so.
what we're going to talk about is so damn serious that we've got to lighten it up a little bit. Is there a need to do an intro on
Well,
him?
okay.
We've been doing intros on you for
I guess not. But
6 years.
We should talk
7
about
years.
the book, especially Countdown to Chaos, which unfortunately is coming true. And then, of course, the other one, the Food Forest Bible. And again, the giant fruit, small spaces, no dig, gardening, all kinds of other stuff. Weeding is a pain in the ass to me, I got to tell you.
Yes, it is.
Jovan, before we get started, there's a crawl going across the top of the screen, ladies and gentlemen, that's got his Substack. Explain to everybody, if they go there and or if they subscribe, what happens? What do they get?
My Substack is inherently free. It's my newsletter. It's my blog. I'll write articles there. I can post videos that you can only get there. I can post podcasts that you can only get there. But it's probably where I open up a little more from the educational standpoint of just sharing things, sharing links, which you can't do on my program. And then I do have some subscription ones like Survive the Crap, which is the complement to Cut the Crap. It's just how to survive in homesteading and other stuff. And then Fire Axe Academy, where you really learn how to audit elections and what you should be looking at. But it's basically just consider it my blog where I can share things.
It's just amazing to me how much you know about so many different things. It really is, to me, an advanced education, quite honestly. And you're the only person, I actually have an entire Jovan file. You're the only guest I have.
That's
when I see
so funny.
stuff,
So does the FBI.
I was just going to say, Donna, you're not the only one that's created
That's
a
true.
Jovan file.
Yeah, I wasn't looking at it in that vein, but yeah, okay. So
See, that was a perfect example, ladies and gentlemen. Funny, but serious.
yes, it's
Yeah.
true. All right. I mean, and when I tell people about elections, they're like, "Oh, how'd you know that? How'd you know that?" And I'm like, "It's because."
Jovan.
Yeah, really. Some of the stuff you've come up with is things that most people just assume, but you know what happens when you assume, Felix Unger? You make an ass out of you and me. You think
That's
that
right.
your elections are run properly, and they're not.
What? if I assume I make a... I
Ass
thought if
out
I
of you.
assume I get ass out of you. Now, I'm dyslexic.
That's right. That's right.
Jeez, no wonder
Hey,
my expectations were
dude.
always crushed when I did that. I was waiting and nothing happened.
You know, you're such a dweeb. You're
Yeah,
just such a
don't be a dweeb, dude.
Yeah,
We're just
man.
reiterating your show from
Killer.
this morning.
Dude,
Dude,
Let me
dude.
put on a necklace.
bro,
where's my
come
car?
at me, bro. Come at me, bro.
All right.
Dude, where's my car?
By the way, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, I hear Jovan in our home twice a day, every day, even on the
And
weekends.
he has to have good damn ears because I'm 2 bedrooms and under the bed away when he
That's
hears me.
right.
So
That's right.
I have a big
But
boombox.
how is it? What's the best way, Jovan, if people want to become the smartest person in their room, in their home, in their town, in their neighborhood? What is the best way for them to come listen to you? Because I know what it is, because Donna's listened to it every damn day and night.
right. My anchor channel is rumble.com/Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. And I do a program called Cut the Crap because we just want to grab these rat bastards by the lapels and go cut the crap. And so it just stands for CRAP, C-R-A-P, Culture, Race, and American Politics. 7 days a week, 7 a.m., 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And yes, I'm one of these people you'll find in my program. I use humor.
Yes,
And I may
you do.
occasionally drop a bad word simply because it's so damn stressful. I would explode like a super fat chick in corduroy pants trying to run 100. The kinetic energy, I got to get it out. So I have to be funny every now and then.
That's right.
And
So
if you hold up your phone to get QR codes, that's his stuff. Your Easy
Yep.
Pass, that's his stuff. So people are wondering who the hell you are. You're an amazing inventor. You've got all kinds of patents all over the world. And you know what was going on in the full forensic audit in Maricopa County,
Yep.
which you deciphered after all the information was gathered. And people,
Right.
you know, to me, this is why Maricopa is totally being avoided at all costs. But
Well, it is
hopefully we'll
because
get
it's
there.
the paper. If you go to Maricopa and you remember all the colors, all the cameras, all the tables, I actually designed every bit of that. It's the first time a full forensic audit was done. So when they were gathering stuff in that format, they were gathering specifically for my forensic team to do it, to look at it a different way. But yes, it's exactly why they avoid it, because it's the only evidence of how it happens, when it happens, and how they do it. The problem is it's prosecutable evidence, felonies both at state and federal level, and the system likes to not put their buddies away. So they'll focus on stuff that's voluntary, like the machines.
Well, and the thing is, this is why Fulton County here in Georgia, they're fighting tooth and nail to stop the ballots. They're doing it in other states as well.
California, they put a
California.
squash on the sheriff there in California. They know he's got the ballots.
Yep.
You can't look at him. That's
Yeah.
the deal. It's always been people, paper, and programs. And when you say the machines do it, folks, like you've been trained to do, you also are in the same category that guns kill people. You're ignoring that people kill people, not guns. But when you say it's the machine, they've conned you into the same trick as they con people into believing guns kill people.
Yeah.
Knock it off.
All right, we have just a couple minutes in this segment. I want to review way back because I want people to get, a lot of people who don't follow you don't know this stuff. Briefly explain how the Republican Party, starting in New Jersey, was sued to essentially stand down, and that culture has pretty much permeated through the Republican Party for decades.
Exactly. You have to think about people like Mitch McConnell, Nancy Pelosi and stuff. These were the people that were around then. And just prior to the 2020 election, right, or 2020 election, the Republican Party had agreed to almost a 40-year stand down. The Democrats sued the Republicans and said, you cheated. And so the Republicans, and what's called a consent decree, believe it or not, never went to court, agreed, okay, we won't do it anymore. So they agreed to, okay, we won't do this anymore so they wouldn't get sued. But then they agreed to never bring a lawsuit. Yes, to never bring a lawsuit about things going wrong with the elections. And the Republicans did that. And so this con ran for almost 40 years. A judge kept it alive. Finally, he died just before 2020. And then, of course, it was too late. But that's how they kept this window open. And that's how they trained 3 generations of attorneys coming in that in the Republican Party, you don't ever talk about things going wrong in the election or what you do. And that's why nobody knew how to fight it. It was basically learned amnesia at the hands of the Republicans.
And that culture still permeates today. They're do-nothing Republican Party. I was at Fox in 2020.
No, I want to defend them.
2000.
I want to defend
You guys
them.
keep saying 2020,
I meant-
but it
yeah.
was 2000.
No, but it
okay.
was 2020
Yeah,
when
it
this
was-
judge died. Okay.
Yeah, they basically, I just want to let you know, the Republican Party did do things. They did file 72 lawsuits to be able to get a hold of the ballots. They listened to what I was saying, and they did file 72 lawsuits. Now, granted, they filed it 12 hours before the statute of limitations expired, and nobody got served until the next day, and therefore they had the right to destroy it. But they did file lawsuits.
Yeah.
All right, let's pick back up on that when we get back from the break. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got Jovan with us for the entire hour, and that is a treat. Make sure you take notes. Make sure you write down the Substack address.
Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.substack.com. We'll be back right after this. Hey everybody, Donna Fiducia here to talk to you about Cowboy Logic Laser.com. And boy, do we have so many goodies. We have the glasses. Well, first of all, we have the highball glasses and your cocktail glasses, Cowboy Logic Laser.com. Or you have the carpenter pencils, which Don loves so much, and he shows them all the time on our show. And, well, it comes with a sharpener, too. Cowboy Logic Laser.com. And you got coffee mugs. Anything you want, they can laser it on. Now this one I'm not even going to open up because I almost chopped my finger off first time, but they do have a Cowboy Logic laser knife as well. Anything you want, CowboyLogicLaser.com, CowboyLogicLaser.com, promo code 1776, get you 10% off, folks. And the stuff is just really great. It supports the show, and we really do appreciate it. CowboyLogicLaser.com.
She hangs on the porch, soft and faded by time. Hose Valley Forge, cold and young blood in her eyes. last sack for the grave as they close weary eyes. A quiet promise beneath wide open skies. Every star holds a name, every stripe holds a tear. Our boys are gone forever, but Old Glory's still here. Here's to the fallen, they stood in the gap, to the laughter and letters that never came back. I'll hold you close till my last breath is gone. Oh, glory, sweet glory, they'll carry you on. Iwo Jima's black sand, that flag raised up high. One Marine never came back to his bride. Gettysburg silence, desert deaths far away. You've covered so many on their final day. Every star holds a name, every stripe holds a tear. Our boys are gone forever, but Old Glory's still here. Here's to the fallen, they stood in the gap, to the laughter and letters that never came back. I'll hold you close till my last breath is gone. Oh, glory, the sweet glory will carry you
All right, everybody, every star, every stripe. You guys haven't seen that before, and it's because it's a new song that we are releasing. It will be through Real America's Music. It will air and be released on May 8th. And we are planning this because we believe that Memorial May
It's a
is
month.
what is important.
Exactly.
And not Memorial Day. Okay? Every Star, Every Stripe is a song that we wrote that talks about the importance and the sacredness of the American flag and those that have fallen. The flag stays.
Every time I see that video, I get a lump in my throat.
So start thinking about it. We need digital downloads on Every Star, Every Stripe. It's going to be released May 8th. Let's get back in here with our brother, Jovan.
All right, Jovan, just before the break, we kept messing up years here. When I was at Fox in 2000, they were walking around the newsroom during the Hanging Chads BS saying, besides the fact that Clinton might declare martial law, Hillary Clinton wanted to stop counting military ballots and any absentee ballot. And to me, that's when the light bulb went off and they said, gee, maybe we can use these to our advantage, these ballots. And that really is when I think the major corruption started, and then it got put into overdrive, obviously, in recent or elections after that. Am I wrong?
No, not at all. In fact, if you were to watch and understand, they tested in states. And so this issue with both drop boxes or mail-in ballots exclusively like Maricopa is no excuse. They tested in Washington State predominantly. They tested the ERIC system. So when you see states doing certain things, that's how they learn to test out, do it. How can they manipulate it, etc. But yes, it all comes down to if you can ever get a name on the voter roll, because you have an address, you now know how, when, and where to intercept it. But because it's tied to a voter roll, you know if they actually came in on election day to vote. And then this is why they delay counting. Right at the last, they look up who voted, who didn't vote, who's still available, and magically ballots appear. It's basically what's called a fungibility asset swap that they do. And that's how they designed it. But it's people, paper, and programs. You know, nothing happens. They can't just put a totally fake voter in there because it exposes itself. You got to be able to track it back. So they know they have to hit these things. Oh, they came in and they were registered and they was this. But that's also why they have same-day voting. It's all a rig.
Yeah, totally.
Jovan, I am, along with probably all of our viewers, extremely concerned about the midterm elections. The flipping of the House, the flipping of the Senate, the impeachment of Donald Trump, lawfare, more of it. Is anything being done since the last time you were on the show and you gave solutions the last time to help prevent this problem from happening? Or are we screwed for the midterms?
Number one, anything's possible because I think God is involved and we got to wait and see. That's number one. Number two, President Trump and the appropriate legal team know exactly how it's done and know that it's mail-in ballots and not the machines. And so you saw that brand new executive order come out modified in a very interesting way. I want you to go back and look. When President Trump came out with, you know, we all put out burn the voter rolls. We all got into that. President Trump, you know, personally debriefed by me, knows this, the voter rolls or whatever. The bad guys kind of ignored that and told President Trump, well, you can't really do that. You can't get rid of the voter rolls. Well, what he did is he worked around it. He worked around it by saying, well, I can do this, this, and this. And that's the executive order that he put in about, well, you just have to let us know how many voters you have on the rolls, and you have to confirm they're real. Now, what that does is it basically takes what they do to skirt the law, put their name on the line, which then makes them a criminal for certifying it. So I think it was a brilliant move, the way they ultimately decided to lawfare it. Well, the moment that came out is the moment where you saw the system completely turn against Trump. And you saw a lot of, quote unquote, conservative broadcasters trying to say, well, Trump's lost his mind. He's out. He can't do it, whatever. They pivoted with their backup plan. And the way I see it is when you see all this infighting and bickering and you see people like Alex Jones, I cannot understand what he's doing. I can't.
Yeah.
I understand Candace. Her background is she was an intern at Vogue magazine and then became an assistant. That's her professional background. I can understand some of these other idiots that the system raised up, bait and switch people, and then they flip them. Some of the other ones I'm having a hard time with, but I know what's going on. They are providing ground cover for the steal. Basically, you see on the supposed conservative and patriot side, they are laying ground cover. Oh, MAGA's dead. We're walking away from Trump. They're laying ground cover. So that's the story that, well, Trump lost because MAGA walked away, which, by the way, is absolute horse crap.
Yeah.
The rig is in. That's why Kamala, when Obama came in the first time, 69 million votes. Second time, 68 million votes. Hillary got 65 million against Trump, but Trump won. Then Biden got 81 million. Kamala comes in at 68 million, which says she's more popular than Hillary, more as popular as Obama. But in our 15, 16 months since the election, they've raised her up to over 75 million. What they're doing is they're justifying those bad ones by getting another couple of votes in there. See, they were real. They voted the whole time. So that part of the rig is in. Right now, I'm just telling you, outside of America, I don't see how we pull off the midterms. I think it's already done. I think Politico Inc. is in on it. I think it's orchestrated by both parties. They want Trump out. They want the grift going on, etc. Right? And they don't want that system to go away. So they're going to do everything they can to swing the House, swing the Senate. Then they're going to impeach Trump, make it stick. And then that's what makes all of the reverse history stick. If you want to understand how this rig really works, since 1990, the world has given Africa $1.7 trillion to improve life for their people there. In that program, at a time when they had about 15% of their people truly living in poverty, not getting things, as soon as the money came in, 66% of their population went into poverty. Some of that's come back, but it's still over 30%. The money's useless because the money's being stolen.
Yeah.
And so the system doesn't want that to go away. And that includes left and right. There is no left. There is no right. It's a uniparty. There is no Democrat Party. There is no Republican Party. It's all crap. It's all about the grift. They've all enriched themselves. They're too far in.
All right, hang on.
They know
They're
when
too
they break
far
down
in. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. We got a hard break here.
We'll come back with
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pick right up
I didn't want to
where
hear
we
that.
left off. You're watching Cowboy Logic. We'll be right back.
He's got the red, white, blue bloodhound farm. Silver pride tattooed on his left arm. Spent a little more in the store for a tag. In the back it says USA. He won't find nothing that he can't fix.
This crazy world is telling you your sons can be daughters and your daughters can be your sons. When will the madness stop? Never. So you have to decide, will you comply or defy? They tell us all, you will own nothing, eat bugs, and be happy. Is this why America's largest food processing plants and food supply plants keep burning down? Do you really think this is a coincidence? Of course not. The system is telling us right to our faces what they have planned for us. You have a choice. Comply or simply defy their plan for us all. Defy the system's plan and execute your own plan. Abundant, safe, secure natural food supply. Introducing the Food Forest Bible. This bestseller by Jovan Hutton Pulitzer is the single most complete, executable, easy-to-follow plan for sustainable, self-managing food production for self-sufficiency and food security. For the first time ever, a coffee table, heirloom quality full color book which unlocks the ancient secrets of creating a food forest. Imagine planting in a way which requires no digging, no pesticides, and creates massive ancient food abundance. No fooling. Food forests are the ancient secret to planning and planting once. And have your own Garden of Eden, which will feed your families for decade after decade. Buck the system. Buck the New World Order and order your very own copy of Jovan Hutton Pulitzer's Food Forest Bible. Learn how to create a sustainable, self-managing, natural food production for self-sufficiency and food security for your family. Side yard, small yard, backyard, backlot, or even lots of acres, the Food Forest Bible works for everyone. Order on Amazon, hardcover, softcover, or ebook. Don't comply. Expertly defy the system.
Eric Willard. Man, he's good. He is really good.
He's a good little picker.
Oh, jeez. EricWillard.com. You can find all of his stuff there. Let's bring Jovan Pulitzer back again. Jovan Hutton Pulitzer.
Pick up where you left off, brother.
Oh, I thought you said be a good picker. I'm sorry. I completely misunderstood.
And
I
Jovan H.
apologize. I
Pulitzer.
said I can do that.
You can't do it as well as Eric Willard, though.
But what you
No,
were
you've
talking
never looked under my desk. You would know that I'm highly qualified.
Hey, see, you can get more stuff just like that if you listen to Jovan every day.
Look, I ended on the whole damn system's corrupt. They're all in on it. We'd be crying if we couldn't laugh at it.
That's
and
exactly
so as you
what I
go
was gonna
into a
say.
break and it drives you down to your gut and you go, crap. You know what?
Yeah.
Bring it back up. Let me get those endorphins and stuff going. We'll talk
There
about it
you
because
go.
there is a solution out.
All right, listen.
The bottom line is.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Bottom line is.
I forgot where it was.
No,
the
you
bottom line.
Didn't.
No, you didn't.
I know you well enough. You don't ever forget
I don't think
anything.
you've forgotten anything your entire life.
The bottom line is they've learned how to milk the system, and we're basically the economic engine. We're not fighting the left. We're fighting the right, trying to keep the two-party play-acting kafabi going that they basically steal from us. And they think they can steal enough to break us. That's what's going on. And then, with all the scaremongering going on, they're going to bring in the digital economy. I told everybody that it's coming. And I hear they may be doing up to a 30% discount, meaning they're going to take away 30%. Your savings going digital, you can't do anything about it. They've done it before. Mexico just went. You can't buy any fuel in Mexico unless it's in the digital system. It's coming. It's right on our borders.
Yeah.
We've got hotels in the United States doing it. So I see a man very strategically doing brilliant work, which changes the course. And I'll give you an example. If you think about the fact that President Trump is effectively shutting down the Strait of Hormuz, okay? He's going after, he went into Venezuela, got Maduro out. He wants to bring Canada in the fold. He wants to bring Iceland into the fold. What's really going on is he's building a big fortress around North America that all assets of those countries are self-sustained. And now what it's doing is it's going to force Russia and China to buy from us because the Strait of Hormuz is down. But so few people really understand what's going on. And they think, the saying was, no new wars. He gave us a new war. Fools, he did not. We've been at this for 47 years. Not a single one of our presidents dealt with it. They tried to pay their way out of it. It's always been a war in America. They're going to kill us. The only thing that happened is President Trump decided to put an end to it. See, they're at war with us. We are not at war with them. And you've got to understand that for 47 years, Iran's been at war with us. We haven't done anything about it. So he's shutting it down. But if you understood geopolitics and you understand the assets in the world, they flipped everything. And right now we sit in a position that will basically make the rest of the world depend on our resources.
Yeah.
Literally. And, we don't get oil from there. That's not where our oil comes from. But OPEC countries said it. I taught people this. And they think the president can wave his wand and change gas prices. No, everything works off reserves and transit. But it's about to flip where it's going to have to take in American oil. Do you think we're the only country that impugns the environment with oil drilling? No, the whole world, if oil drilling was bad, they'd shut it down. They only try to shut down America and energy because they want America to go down, not to protect the one-eyed, purple-headed lesbian horned frog. It has nothing to do with it. It's a con.
It totally is. And the thing is, people want things immediately. They go to the pump, it costs you $100 now to fill up your car. And that's what they're going to remember unless we can right this wrong before November, because
I think that's shallow.
Yeah, of course it is. But the bottom line,
I think that is so shallow.
But they don't think long term. Not like the Chinese and not like the Russians.
The system's taught us that. The system has taught Americans to live paycheck to paycheck. They turned everybody into consumers, buy nonstop. Don't be self-sufficient. Don't take care of yourself. Forget everything your grandparents or great-grandparents told you. Buy everything from the store. Don't think for yourself. Well, we're hooked in that. And therefore, it affects you every day at the pump. Well, if you can withstand this just a little bit at the pump, you're going to see an incredible change in the tide where America once again holds all the chips. It's a big undoing. But I find it totally ignorant that people actually listen to podcasters. Podcasters, the very stuff you knew that the mainstream media did to you with fake news. And all of a sudden you think, well, because it's a podcast, it's true. No, newsflash, folks, they brought up and held up people. I'll give you an example. I talk about what really happens in the elections. They don't interview me. They constantly truncate my feed, canceled my YouTube, 259,000 followers. Yet you get a guy comes out from nowhere, former CIA whistleblower, boom, 2 million people on YouTube, and he's talking about this stuff. Come on. It's all a rig. It's all designed to manipulate you. And he's one of the ones that instantly turned on Trump. They propped it up. You have to be able to see through this warfare of what they're doing. They're laying the excuse. And yeah, if you bitch at the pump, which it hurts, and I bitch at the pump, but it never leaves that pump. It never leaves that pump. I don't like going to a fuel station to pay your damn mortgage. Do you? Well,
No.
folks, here's what we have to do. We have to buckle up, Buttercup. We have to understand this is bigger than we've ever seen. But what you're going to see at the end of it is America come roaring back. And that's why every agency, every crooked nation, every crooked three-letter crap, every crooked politician's what's the one thing they want? Donald Trump gone. So I tell you what, why don't you hate on Trump and be just like them? Just go register as a Democrat and make it good. And then why don't you be like the Muslims that want to kill us? They are praising Tucker, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and others. The people that want to kill us are praising those people, saying Allah changed their mind and showed them the truth. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. All right.
Well, that was a sound bite.
Yeah, that was a rant. Okay, the whole thing, the Critical Infrastructure Act, which you tried to get through to Donald Trump, could have stopped things automatically without needing John Thune and all of his stupidity that keeps slowing things down.
Correct.
Are we past that, unfortunately? Can this EO work for this? You got about 3 minutes.
What I said is President Trump did a compromise. Everybody around him tells you what you can't do this technically under an EO and call it critical infrastructure. Here's the nuance. Instead of this time where he listened to people way back when in his first term, and he said, okay, I can't do it, he's learned. And so what they did is they modified it to where it's not terminate the voter rolls to, okay, you must certify your voter rolls, and you're going to send us every person on your list you know is good. Now, what that does is right now we don't know who reads and writes into our voter rolls. So you can't have prosecution because you don't know who did it. So what they did is they turned the tables and said, okay, put your signature on the line. This is correct. And they won't do it. And what that does in that refusal gives them the ability to work around and say, you're refusing to show us what's valid or not, so we need to inspect it. And so now it's been merged with not only the government, Department of Homeland Security, but also with the Social Security Administration pushing this all together, everything we learned with Doge when Elon exposed 12 million people getting checks. It's coming to fruition in a little different way versus infrastructure, but it's being done. And I'm telling you, the system's pissed off about that. And that's why they've gotten all the quote unquote bigger guns to come out and say Trump is out of his mind. That's their response to what's really going on inside, where Trump's really doing the right thing, but they're trying to pre-butter it up that MAGA's dead. It's not. It's better than ever.
You know, these big influencers on social media, they don't do anything without being paid to do it.
Correct.
Correct? Am I
Correct.
right? Okay.
That's all you need to know.
I would guess some of the big names that you see turning, I suspect $20 to $50 million has changed hands to get them to that point.
You got any idea where that money is coming from? Who, in your opinion, and this is your opinion, unless you've got hard facts on it, who, in your opinion, is paying social media influencers to destroy the country?
You got 30 seconds.
It's coming from the same stuff they siphoned out of USAID and cloak accounts, but it's coming from conservative forces, or what you would think is conservative forces, or the good guys. They cannot stand to have Trump still in because he's about to end the global grift for all. And so it's coming from bad sides, good sides, cloak sides, and the sides that are wearing a mask, but those masks are falling away quickly.
And you know what country just put in photo ID and proof of citizenship? Somalia. I just think that is priceless. We'll be back with Jovan, Hutton, Pulitzer right after this.
Not fixing 2020 will damn our nation forever. The historic Maricopa County full forensic audit effort processed 20,895,610 digital and forensic images of varying formats, resulted in 208 million individual evidence-proof files. The system processed over 58 billion forensic measurements, resulting in over 2 trillion individual base computations. No hopium, no hype, just hardcore forensic evidence. Please make sure the Maricopa County Full Forensic Audit Archives survive. Donate now. So if you want what happened in the 2020 election fixed, then please donate to protect and secure this historic evidence. We can't do it without you. We need you. America needs you. Our future needs you. Please donate now.
Hello, everybody. Kelly Meggs. I'm sure you know me at this point if you watch Don and Don at all. But tonight I let the dogs out for the last time and was kind of doing my nightly ritual. I sit outside a lot because I don't like being inside because of the jail cell thing. But I reflected a lot on this past week and with Charlie Kirk being assassinated and everything that happened with him. You know, our prayers all go out to him, but we also have a sense of what can we do? What can we do as Americans and as citizens to stand up against this? And what we can do is we can support companies that support us and support what we believe in our country. And Sugar Creek Goods is one of those companies. I just took a shower, like before bed. That's what I do every night. And I thought about this while I was in the shower. I'm like, this is a fantastic product. Not only is it an amazing product, but it's a company that supports our beliefs and in America. So if you want to do something, use your promo code 1776 and make a difference. Buy from an American company that supports Americans. It supports what we believe in. Not what the media and everybody else tells you to believe in, but the truth. Use your promo code 1776. And God bless you. And God bless America.
You want to pay J6ers? You're damn right I want to pay J6ers. If you got wronged by the government, then you should be made right. That's America.
Pay them now.
Absolutely. Because quite honestly, their lives are ruined. No money's going to bring anything back to restore their lives that they had before January 6th. January 6th was 4 hours, if that. 4 hours. And you've still got, in fact, we talked about it during headlines. You've got the New York Times saying, oh, some of the Jan 6ers are repeat offenders. Yes, like 0.007%.
12 of them.
Whereas all
out of 1,600.
Whereas all these rogue judges are letting, these repeat offenders out to the tune of like 43%. But it's nuts. All right, let's bring back Jovan Hutton Pulitzer. Jovan, you talked about a lot of stuff. In a way, it's good. In a way, it's bad, because if we can straighten out the voter rolls, we might have a chance. But talk about how each one is a felony. Like this, to me, the blue states are obviously trying to stop things. I mean, we saw what's going on in California. The sheriff who's running for governor is coming out with all of these ballots. And, of course, the AG out there, who's a commie lib, is trying to stop them.
Okay. Right now, the state only certifies we run the systems properly. And then they get to say, our systems have security measures according to HAVA and the EAC. But then when you look at HAVA, Help America Vote Act, and EAC, it's all voluntary. So what President Trump has done in this new executive order is absolutely brilliant. I was advising him, look, sir, we just got to eliminate the voter rolls totally. Now, you saw them call for the states to send in their voter rolls so they could be verified. Well, the same BS states have refused to do that. So now in iteration 2, it's okay. Then you need to tell us how many certified voters and who those voters are that you have certified that they're real, to show you've really done your work and they're real and they're good. Now, what happens is our voter rolls are read-write, just like a CD. People can add to it, people can take away from it, but they've never tracked how many people do that. And since that didn't get shut off, basically in a very unique move, it's going back to the states and saying, okay, you just tell us who's good. And you certify that. Now, what happens in a system that's voluntary, now they're basically reporting back federally, well, these are good. They're certifying it, puts every one of their election officials and state officials on the line. And if any one of them is wrongly certified, it is a felony. And so they took what was toothless and gave it teeth. And those same states, well, we don't want to do that. Don't want to do it. It's part of the process. But they brilliantly changed it where they put their name on the line and they're the ones culpable. And they can't say, well, it was an accident. We didn't know.
I mean, here in Georgia, man, if only we could have done that with Rat's Ass Booger, we would have been in good shape. And he's running for governor. But we just had Vernon Jones on, who's running for Secretary of State. I think he's going to try to clean things up. Again, I have so much stuff to get to. But the bottom line with all this stuff is we could be screwed with what's going on, even with the environment and how they're clamping down on seeds and things like that nature. Hence, the Food Forest Bible. So let's talk about that real quick, because this is a way that you can feed your family, along with some of your other books, all available on Amazon.
Get your ass out of the system. Get your ass out of the system. Believe nothing anymore. Trust no one anymore, and audit everything. Everything you get told, audit it. Don't believe. I mean, look, I tell my audience, don't believe me, audit me. Don't believe me. Here it is. I'll show you. I've realized that words mean nothing. That's what we get from politicians and news. We believe the words. We never ask for the facts. What I realize is proof is truth. In fact, the only one we can give a pass to as their word is golden is the word of God, right? That's the only one that gets the free pass. Word of man's inherent to lying, embellishing, and everything else. So throw it out the door. Proof is truth. And the bottom line, if you look at the proof of the system, they're trying to own our foods, own our seeds, own our lands. Oregon right now is working to get rid of hunting, fishing, and raising animals. The bill's on the table.
Wow, unbelievable.
Because they call it the Peace Act.
Yeah, they always give it really nice names. They always give it really nice names. All right.
And so it's a rig. You've got to break yourself away from the system. Get out of the system as fast as you can. Now, what does that mean? Get independent, find additional revenue streams, learn how to grow your food. You can even do it if you've got small backyards. That's why I've been doing it. Learn as many of those things as you can to get free. So when the big hammer comes down, you get less hurt and you're further ahead of the curve of taking care of you and your family. This is now, it's not the nation. You're either America first or not. It's not your state. It is your damn front door and your back door, and you better get to protecting that right now.
But the eye-opening thing, again, that's giant fruit in small places that you have, no-dig gardening, and again, I love this book, The Food Forest Bible, and you've got it in many different forms, too, for people.
Yes.
But The Countdown to Chaos, which you wrote years ago, is super, super important still.
There's the blueprint. It tells you exactly how they did it, and they did it by laws.
Yep. And they're still counting.
Here's the sobering thing. Foreign countries didn't do this stuff. Our own government. And when I say government, everybody involved with the government apparatus did it. Right? That's what you got to face. Our country did it. They have infiltrated our country. They've infiltrated our offices. And that's why they now take a little boy, cut off his weenie and say he's a girl, or girl cut off her boobies and say it's a guy. Everything's going against God. They're playing God. They think they control us. You have to get back to the basics. You must push back. And we are the only thing that can fix this. There's not a lawmaker in the world that's going to fix it. And President Trump is an island to himself. And we have to support that by being able to know how to explain it, how to push back, what we can do to take care of ourselves. And that's what supports him and what he's trying to do.
You know, this guy, John Thune, just pisses me off. I got to tell you, the Save America Act, right, as far as when this is recording, they're coming back. Congress is coming back, and they keep putting off trying to pass this thing. And he knows it's overwhelmingly popular. And then he does all of the recess appointments. He stops. Trump has 0 recess appointments. The only president in history to have that happen by his own party. But we got a couple
going
minutes.
in that those guys were bad. We knew those guys were bad.
So
why would we ever believe they're not?
I know. What can we do with the Save America Act besides
the
that?
Save Act has a lot of inadequacies in it, but I am a perfectionist and I have to understand government means compromise. And so there are some things in there that can be done. Of course, Congress, right, did pass it. Now it's up to the Senate whether the Senate will act. It's all common sense stuff, but at least it gets us back to valid ID, that is formal ID tied to your citizenship, not your library card or your power bill or anything like that they call ID. And so I do think it has some teeth, but the most important thing, it pries open the death chamber that we're locked in, and these guys don't want to open that door. If we get that one done, we'll get a lot more done. But I honestly, I don't expect it to pass.
Yeah, and if it does, it's going to be tied up in some liberal judge's courtroom.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's got to go.
That's the way it is.
Jim Jordan
That's
does
why the
nothing.
full forensic archive. That's why our full forensic archives in Maricopa are so important. It is the only actual factual evidence of what happened in 2020 that we still have the data. All the other data from everything else has been gone. We have every bit of it. That's why the archives have to be kept, because when these midterms go bad, it's going to be Suitville, right? They knew it was coming, and that's when the evidence is going to matter most, and that's why we do what we do.
And you're trying to preserve that evidence. Tell
and it's
people
costing you a ton of money every month. Ladies and gentlemen, you just saw at the end of the last segment a commercial about this very subject.
You got
the website is Save the Evidence 2020.
GiveSendGo.com/Save the Evidence 2020.
Okay.
You know, when you do something like that, you expect the government, here it is. Okay, we did the work that we were contracted by the Senate to do. And you go, okay, here you go. Well, we can't house all of it. We can't take all of it.
Yeah, but you're going to have to keep it. You did, and you're paying for it. Hey, Jovan,
we got to leave it at that.
We got to leave it at that. We want you to stay with us, brother, for the most beautiful national anthem ever sung, that by our beloved J6ers in C2B in D.C. Gentlemen, hats off. Ladies and gentlemen, hands over your hearts. Thank you for trusting us with 2 hours of your valuable time, everybody. Jovan, we love you like a brother, and we'll see you guys next week.
God bless.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, for the ramparts we watch, words of gallantly stream. And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
free and fair elections. Invented scan the ballots of kinematic artifact detection. You love to read and learn, travel and explore. You're a fearless, braveheart patriot who's opened doors. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. You lead by God and always do what's right. In the battle for our nation, you lead the fight. We pray for your safety, the armor of God to protect you from all of us. Here's a thank you for all that you do. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our warrior. Jovan, you're a hero we stand behind. We're inspired by the fire inside your eyes. American proud, we know you'll fight till your dying day. And we'll always stand behind you through everything. You are courage, you're our voice. Jovan, we thank you for what you're fighting for. You're our warrior. You are brave like a lion. You're David fighting Goliath, couldn't ask for more. You're our warrior. Think of what you've done for you, for me, for our country. You'll go down in history as our